programming. This is a national emergency. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. A nuclear attack is occurring against the United States.
Another day in post-apocalyptia. Why aren't there any tears?
Stop crying.
I hate this hell. I miss the days before the apocalypse. Remember the good old days? When we all sat together in history? Yeah. Miss Ainsworth. Miss Ainsworth. Miss Ainsworth. Hey!
Don't you say that name around here. It's been forsaken among us. Don't you know that?
I just miss it, alright?
Don't worry. We all do.
I just miss making projects.
I know.
I miss paying attention in class. I miss not actually reading Palmer. I miss 4-hour-long essays. I miss Kim. Oh God, Kim. No. I'm talking about Kim. My Asian boy. My small Filipino. I don't want it. Sexy boy. I don't want to think. My sexy guys. What if we made another video? Just for all time's sake.
Zach! Can't repeat the past. Can't repeat the past. But of course you can. Oh! Well, in that case...
It's filming. It's filming.
Is this thing on?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
on?
on.
Okay. There were 3 provisional governments between May 1917 and November 1917, and they shared power with the Soviets. But they kept collapsing due to instability in the government and factionalization between the different coalition parts, the cadets, the socialists, etc. This is where we put in a joke about Kim. But he's dead. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop going wrong. It's not happening. Oh God.
So I guess first off, with the cadets, I think they were like the constitutional Democratic Party, I think, and they were really liberal, that's all I remember. And they were created by business owners, and like the higher working class, and they wanted them to be in charge. And that's it, that's all I remember about the cadets.
The Octobrists were a non-revolutionary, centrist Russian political party. They wanted moderate constitutionalism, and they supported centrist liberal gentry, businessmen, and only some bureaucrats.
The Social Revolutionary Party was created by populists and the intelligentsia. It wanted social change in Russia. And it was supported by peasants.
Then there was the Marxist Party. The Marxists were the majority, and they were willing to work with the bourgeois parties. And they want influence from all party members, and they were larger and more open. The Bolsheviks were the minority. They were led by Lenin. They eventually took control of the Soviets. They led the October-November 1917 revolution, and they were a small revolutionary elite.
Hey, Michelle, camera's upside down.
Then there were the Soviets, which undermined the actual provisional government and the Duma, because through them, the people realized that they had more power, And that started to happen during World War I when the people through the Zemstvos made the All-Russian Union of Zemstva and the commercial and industrial committees for the war to help the war efforts. So people realized they had more power, which undermined what the government was actually doing, which was very little.
I'm so thirsty. We're out of water.
Right, look, who wants to go down to the irradiated river and get the water?
I have an idea. Let's have an election to decide who goes down.
No, we're not having an election. That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
No, it'll be great. It'll be like the first
Nobody wants an election.
It'll be like the first provisional
Nobody.
government when Kerensky was head after Lvov because they wanted to see more socialists. We'll all have civil liberties and freedoms and voting rights. It'll be great.
We don't need voting rights. There are 5 of us.
It's a terrible idea, Zach.
No, They're coming. They're coming. What? They're coming. What? They're coming. Oh! They're coming. Oh! Clear positions. Get ready.
Aimbot must destroy.
Jackson, use the GBQ4!
This first document is order number 1, released by the Petrograd Soviet. It stated that soldiers should be able to control themselves by elected representatives. This increased army desertion rate and shows the weakness of the Tsar's control. The next document is the conception of the Bolshevik Party in the April Theses, aka What is to be Done by Lenin. These describe how the Bolshevik Party was to be set up with an elite center to represent the people and call for an end to the provisional government. Then there's experience of the Russian Army medical service in 1914 and continued ammunition shortages in 1915. They explain why the Tsar and the organized government do not have the faith of the people because of their failings in war. These help to explain why the dual power between the Petrograd Soviet and the provisional government was weak in the hands of the legitimate government in 1917.
Not enough own knowledge. He's dead.
Sorry about your arm, Jackson.
I've still got another one.
Well, that was definitely the worst thing that happened today anyway.
We
I'd
should
say so.
finish the history video. It's what your arm would have wanted.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's finish the video. Let's do this, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's not like we're not missing a cast member, so I think we'll be fine. Let's do it.
Guys? Oh, thanks.
So, what do we have in this video so far? We have the Tsar disbanded the Duma, in March of 1917, and then, after the food riots, okay, and then there's dual sovereignty with the provisional government and the Petrograd Soviet, which was led by Kerensky after being led by Lvov. Yeah, we've only done one provisional, or one, okay. What's next?
So the Bolsheviks slowly gained power through the Soviets, and then Lenin decided to call for his April thesis: peace, land and bread, and all power to the Soviets. This helped cause the July Days. Now, the demonstrators came out against provisional government, but in the end they failed. Lenin had to flee to Finland, but the first coalition government collapsed.
The next big crisis was the Kornilov affair in late August, where Commander Kornilov of the Russian army wanted to end Order Number 1, so he tried to cause a coup in the government. Kerensky had to call for help from the Soviets, who stopped working on the railroad, so Kornilov couldn't reach the Winter Palace. And then they created the Committee Against Counter-Revolution. The Bolsheviks then gained equal power in the Soviet, and the Red Guard was formed with 10,000 members.
There, that wasn't so bad.
Then in September, there's the Third Coalition, in which Russia becomes a republic, and Kerensky and the Socialists are in control. At this point, Trotsky is released from prison and becomes chair of the Petrograd Soviet.
Destroy. Initiate lesson sequence. So, as you already know, there were two revolutions in 1917. The first directly causing to the second. In the first revolution, in March of 1917, the peasants began to realize their power and were discontent with the government's failings in wars such as the Tannenberg and Manchurian Lakes. They were also aware of political incompetence such as that as Rasputin and economic inflation. On March 8, 1917, a Women's Day march turned into food riots and Soviets organized. The Duma called for an answer to these problems and was disbanded by the Tsar. They created a provisional government and the Tsar abdicated on March 17th. This marks the end of the reign of Tsars and the first revolution of 1917. In October of 1917, the situation in Russia had not improved. The provisional government was weak and had already called upon Soviets to help during its reign to suppress Kornilov. They were further undermined by Order Number 1 and Lenin's April theses, calling for all power to the Soviets. The Mensheviks and social revolutionaries were seen as failures because of their provisional government involvement, and the Bolsheviks gained a majority in the Petrograd and Moscow Soviets. The Bolsheviks set up the Military Revolutionary Committee and on October 10th voted in favor of trying to seize the government. The provisional government tried to stop this by shutting down papers like the Pravda, but on October 25th, Lenin drafted a declaration of power to be given to the MRC. Trotsky and the Soviets plus the MRC occupied the Winter Palace, and Kerensky fled like a scared child. Lenin's decree on land is formalized, beginning the setup of communism. Members of the provisional government are arrested and the Council of People's Commissars established with Lenin, Stalin, and Trotsky leading. On October 29th, Kerensky and Kornilov attempt a coup but fail. In November, the Declaration of Rights of People of Russia is issued, though the Bolsheviks party technically loses the planned election to the Constitution Assembly. Lenin stays in power and begins peace negotiations. The second overturn of power from the provisional government to the Bolsheviks and Soviets is complete with this October-November Revolution of 1917. Terminating lesson sequence.
Oh, God! Oh, that was terrible!
Wasn't even paying attention.
And now I will destroy you.
No!
Power down.
Who are you?
I'm Brad. I'm Brad. I'm Brad.
How do you get rid of an ainspot? Easy. You offer it a job in Rockville.
So you're Brad? Yeah. Miss Ainsworth's ex-boyfriend? Yeah. Is this where you live? Yeah. I hate this hellhole. I don't even know what's going on anymore. This world's crazy. I don't even have it. You really don't know? No. Let me tell you what happened.
It was a normal day like any other day. The air was stained with the melancholy of an essay the day before. School was over.
It's time to grade some essays.
And Madame Ainsworth was grading essays on the revolutions of 1917.
Well, this says nothing about how the Military Revolution Committee was set up and developed from Counter-Revolution Committee of the Kornilov affair, with the Bolsheviks at the head. 0 out of 20.
When suddenly,
This essay is perfect. Perfect essay. Perfect essay.
after the explosion, the world was left in rubble. The few survivors had to scavenge for food and protect themselves from the Ainsbots.
Ainspot primary objective. Destroy.
And that's how it happened. After Miss Ainsworth broke my heart, I traveled to the Swiss Alps to train. It was near the ski slopes. She always loved that place. Huh. That's so interesting. We would ski for hours, then sit by the fire, tell each other secrets. Wow, I never thought of Miss Ainsworth like that.
It was then that another Ainsbot appeared, but this one was different somehow. This one was friendly. You see, this particular Ainsbot had traces of Ainsworth left over inside of it. It remembered. This knowledge was a revelation, and it brought tears to Brad's eyes. But just then, in the sky, something happened.
Ha 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 ha! It is me, Mr. Singer, Overlord and ruler of the universe. You see, it is I who has control. Ainsworth is gone and has no power. The Ainsbots belong to me. And now, I will destroy the final Ainsbot that has memory of Ainsworth within it with my SingerBot 9000. Ha 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 ha.
And so it would be that the Ainsbot would fight the SingerBot 9000 to save her former students and the love they have for her.
You're going down, Ainsbot. How many years have you even been teaching?